Greetings, friends, and welcome to the woods. Today, I had a chance to talk with various friends about grounding methods, how they kept in touch with the real world, the here and now, in a way that balances their spirit. I know grounding sounds like a very woo-woo word, but if you've ever been so caught up in things that happen in social media and things that happen in different ways online, or even things that happen within our culture that pull us away from being our authentic self, who we really are, who we really want to be, you'll understand the importance of grounding. Uh, Grounding also helps you with all of your health issues, with maintaining your health, both mental, emotional, as well as physical. So I just want to point out a little thing that most of us don't think about. Because when we think grounding, most people think walking on grass or sand or the soil or touching a tree or, working in the garden, exercising, all that kind of stuff, which gets you into your body, gets you into the here and now. Yes, all good. But what a lot of us don't particularly consider are the little helpers we have in our lives, those of us who have them, that run around on four paws. Some of them have wings. It depends on the species. But when we bring what we call animals, other species, into our lives, I think we're animals too. We're in an animal body. We might be spirits, but we're in an animal body as are other species. We are encouraged to think of ourselves as aloof and above all other species in the world by those who want to teach us how to exploit. Part of the exploitation process and feeling comfortable with it and confident in doing it is to see ourselves as above the planet, who is herself alive, above all the living things on the planet. We have the right to use them, to do whatever we want with them, because we are better than they are. And that's going to have to shift a little bit. We're going to need to learn how to work with and to be harmonious within the systems that we were born into. Because all of this is a gift of the mother. Our ability to inhabit these bodies is a gift. The experiences that we have may not always feel like it, but it is. And if we can see it that way, we will receive what we give. Our perceptions will come back to us. This is a gift I give, and I'm gifted by. If you look at it that way, your reality isn't going to be as dark and dire and lonely and horrible, because you're going to be connecting with all the life around you. It's going to nurture you, you're going to nurture it. It sets in motion a process that's very advantageous, and that which the warp field around the planet we've existed in for a very, very, very long time tries to keep us from doing that. It wants to keep us distracted so that we're not focused on the here and now. We're not grounded. We're not here for each other. It wants us to keep being stressed and anxious and upset and running around and worried about different details and what are they going to think about me, and do I match everybody else's yard and car, and is my career acceptable to everyone else, and are they going to look at me and be happy with me, and it's all good. Wherever you go, there you are. To quote Buckaroo Banzai. Getting back to grounding, some of us are fortunate enough to have little helpers or big helpers in the forms of canine and felines, and some have avians, and some have hamsters, and some have sugar gliders, some have snakes. But these other species who have agreed, because they're not dead and because they're not trying to escape, so they've agreed to companion with us, to spend time with us. They are the first line of defense when it comes to grounding. When I get up in the morning, when I wake up in the morning, it's usually because somebody on four legs has come up and tapped me on the face. Wake up, be here with us, be here with us. Because they are so much better at being primal, elemental, grounded than I am. So when I'm awakened in that way by someone who loves me and who wants to help bring my attention and my heart and my thoughts and my energy here, I have a better start to the day. I don't have aspects of myself clinging out in the ethers. I have a companion that brings it all in. And if there's energies that are not desired, because I've empowered them to do so, I've empowered their sovereignty in the household. I don't put them down constantly. They will collect those energies and run outside and deposit them somewhere where they won't harm anything, where the land can benefit, because the land doesn't see. It accepts fertilizer. It accepts crap and turns it into fertilizer. She's good at that. So they'll harvest the negative energy around the household, run outside. I have a safe outside. Run outside, deposit it on the land, shake it off, breathe in the fresh air, feel the unfiltered sunshine, maybe chase a few mice, and then run back in, refreshed and happy and strong. Now, some of you have canines. Some of you take those canines out for a walk, and when they're out there, they're doing much the same thing. A little bit different routine, but much the same thing. There are those who feel that you should never, ever, 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 ever let your feline out. No freedom. Caged. Keep them caged at all times. And there are some living situations where that's required. However, I have noticed that the health of the critter will suffer when they don't have an opportunity to go out. Just as humans in 2020 suffered when they were quarantined, well, actually locked down. You can only be quarantined if you're actually sick. If you're not sick and you're required to be in your house, that's lockdown. They were locked down. And drove some of them pretty crazy because we're doing the same thing where we need the release of going out to connect with the world, and if we're lucky, with nature, if we have nature around us. It's healthy for us. We need that. And other species need that as well. That's why there are some zoo animals, depending on how they're kept, don't live as long. I'll give you one mammal. Orcas do not live as long in captivity because they need freedom. They need to experience the wider world. And as big as we might provide them an environment for, they're having to make do. It's not ideal for them. So, just a thought on grounding. Those of us who have companions are quite lucky. And welcome to the woods.